everybody, and welcome to the channel. We got some New York Yankees baseball here for you today. We got the Yankees traveling out to California to take on the Los Angeles Angels. We'll get to the starting lineups here. Alrighty, let's look at the visiting New York Yankees starting lineup. Leading off playing second base is Bobby Richardson. Batting second playing shortstop's Tony Kubek. Batting third playing right field is Roger Maris. Batting fourth playing center field is Mickey Mantle. Batting fifth playing first base is Bill Skowron. Batting sixth playing left field is Yogi Berra. Batting seventh and doing the catching is Elston Howard. Batting eighth and playing third base is Billy Gardner. And on the mound batting ninth, the chairman of the board, Whitey Ford. Let's take a look at the hometown Los Angeles Angels starting lineup. Leading off playing right field is Pearson. Batting second, playing second is Billy Morin. Batting third, playing left field is Leon Wagner. Batting fourth, playing first base is Steve Blanco. Batting fifth, playing center field, Ken Hunt. Batting sixth, playing third base, Eddie Yost. Batting seventh, playing shortstop is Joe Copa. Batting eighth, doing the catching is Ed Sadowski, and on the mound, batting ninth, doing the pitching for the Los Angeles Angels is Ken McBRIDE. Let's get down to the field here at LA Wrigley. Get this game started, folks. Alrighty, let's get it going. There's our first pitch to Bobby Richardson. And that is ball one to Bobby. 1-0 count. And he lifts that ball in the center field. Ken Hunt out there makes the catch for out number one. Brings up Tony Kubek now. Here's the pitch to Kubek. And that is hit down the third. Yost has got it. He fires over to first for the second out of the inning. 2 up and 2 down for the Yanks. That brings up Roger Maris. And that ball is back. Home run, Roger Maris. Number 28 on the year, folks. He hits out over the right field fence, pulled that ball, and it's 1-0 Yanks. Brings up to Mick. And he hits that ball in the right field. Back goes Pearson and makes the catch at the wall. Almost back-to-back jacks. But the Yankees score 1 in the top of the first. Yankees 1, Angels coming to bat. We got Pearson, Monroe, and Wagner due up here for the Angels. And Pearson hits that ball back down the first base. Skowron's got it. He'll take it himself for the first out. And brings out little Billy. And that swung on and missed strike 3. 2 down here in the bottom of the first. Here's Wagner now for the Angels. And that is also hit down the first, I believe. No, it's hit back to the, it's hit down the first. Skowron's up with it, but he tosses over to Ford covering. And that'll end the inning, folks. 3 up and 3 down for the Angels. We go to the top of the second. It's 1-0 Yanks. Skowron, Berra, and Howard due up here for the Yankees. And that's going to be strike 1 on Moose. Here's the 0-1 count. And he hits that ball in the center field. Ken Hunt's got it. That's a 1 out here in the second. Brings up Yogi. And Yogi promptly gets a base hit in the left field out of the reach of the shortstop. Yogi's aboard now with 1 out. Brings up Mr. Howard. See if he can do something here. And that ball is hit in the left field again. Ken Hunt's got it. That's 2 outs. Brings up Billy Gardner now. Billy, see what he can do for the Yanks here. And that is hit down the second. Billy to Billy. And he'll throw over to Cope. Covering at second, and the Braves leave Yogi on. We go to the bottom of the second. It's still Yankees 1, Angels nothing. Bluco, Hunt, and Yost do up here for the Angels. And that ball is hit down to Gardner at third. He fires over to first. 1 out. Ken Hutton's up now. And that ball is hit in the center field. No, that ball is popped up to third. Easy play for Gardner. That's 2 outs. Here's Mr. Eddie Yost. And that ball is swung on and missed strike 3. 1, 2, 3 goes the Angels. We go to the top of the third. Ford, Richardson, and Kubek do up here for the Yanks. Here's the pitch to Whitey. And that ball is hit down the short. Over to first. 1 out. Brings up Bobby Richardson. He's 0 for 1 on this game. Not anymore, folks. He squares this one up. Gets a hold of it. He drives that ball in the gap in right field. Pearson gets it after it hits off the wall. And Bobby's standing down at second with a double for Tony Kubek with 1 out. See if Tony can drive him in. Tony's 0 for 1 today. And that ball is hit down the third. Yost looks him back to second. And that's 2 outs now from Mr. Maris, who's already homered in this game, folks. Can he drive in Bobby from second? And that's a 10-4 good buddy, because that ball is high. That ball is far. That ball is gone, folks. Home run, Roger Maris. And just like that, Roger is just clubbing the ball. He went the opposite way this time, folks. And it's 3-0. Maris over the Angels. Run number 29. Brings up Mick now. Here's the pitch to Mantle. And Mick, they walked the Mick. Want nothing to do with him. Brings up Moose. See what Scourin can do something here with Mick down at first. And he does, folks. He lines that ball in the right field. Mick's on his horse, and he's chugging. He'll make it down the third. So we got first and third now for Mr. Yogi Berra. See if Yo can drive Mick in from third. Here's the pitch to Yogi. No, he hits that ball down the short. He'll go the easy way to second to end the inning. But the Yanks score 2 on Roger Maris's home run and lead this game 3-0. So we go to the bottom of the third. Cope, Sandusky, and McBRIDE do up here for the Angels. Here's the pitch to Joe. He gets a hold of this one off of Whitey, squares it up, and he drives that ball into the right field for a double. So just like that, Joe's in scoring position here for Ed. Let's see if the chairman can get out of this with nobody scoring. And that ball is hit down the third. And Gardner is going to look the runner back. Fires over to first. 1 out. Brings up McBRIDE now with Joe down at second. He's going to try to sacrifice him down the third. Here's the pitch to McBRIDE. And that is a foul ball, strike 1. That's foul ball, strike 2. So they're going to take the bunt off now. 2 strikes on McBRIDE. And that ball is hit down the third again. And again, Gardner's up with it. Fires over to first. And again, he looks Joe back to second. 2 outs now with a runner on at second. For Al Pearson. Here's the pitch to Pearson. Pearson's 0 for 1 today. And make it 0 for 2 as that's a swing and a miss, strike 3. Whitey gives up the leadoff double, but it doesn't come in the score. We go to the fourth. It's still 3-0 Yanks. We got Howard, Gardner, and Ford due up here in the fourth. Here's the pitch to Howard. And he hits that ball back to the mound. McBRIDE up with it. Tosses it over the first. 1 out. Brings up Billy Gardner. Gardner's 0 for 1. Hit into a fielder's choice his first time up. And he hits that ball in the center field. Ken Hunt moves in. Makes the catch. Quick 2 outs here in the fourth. Brings up Whitey now. See if he can help his own cause. And that ball is hit down the third. Yost has got it. Fires over to first. 1, 2, 3 goes the Yanks. Go to the bottom of the fourth. It's still 3-0 Yankees. Moreau, Wagner, and Blanco due up here for the Angels. And Billy hits that ball down the short. Easy play for Quebec. Over to Skowern, 1 out. Brings up Wagner now. He's 0 for 1, but he gets a base hit off of Whitey in the right field. Angels got a runner down at first for Blanco. Yankees looking to turn 2 here for Whitey. And he squares this one up against Whitey. And he drives that ball into the gap and down the line, rather. And Wagner's going to stop at third. So we got second and third, folks. 1 out. Yanks going to bring the infield in against Ken Hunt, trying to cut this run off. And he gets a hold of this one, folks. That ball is back. That ball is far. Mick looks up and watches this one sail out of the park. 3-run homer by Ken Hunt, and we got a tie game, folks. It's 3 apiece. Still only 1 out here in the fourth. And here's the pitch to Ed Yost now. And that ball is squared up. Whitey's all of a sudden got himself into some problems here. And that ball is deep. That ball is back. Back to back jacks off of Whitey Ford, folks. That ball is hit over the right field fence. Now the Angels have a 4-3 lead. Sure. Just like that. Yankees was cruising and now they're behind. And Whitey comes back and strikes out Joe. That's 2 outs. Brings up Ed. Ed is 0 for 1. And that ball's hit in the left field. Yogi's got it for the final out of the inning. The Angels score 4 on 2 big home runs and take a 4-3 lead, folks. Brings up Bobby Richardson. Quebec and Maris here in the 5th against McBRIDE. That ball's hit in the center field. Ken Hunt's got it. 1 out. Brings up Tony Kubek now. Tony's 0 for 2. And he hits that ball back to the mound. Ken's up with it, fires over the first. It's a quick 2 outs here in the 5th. Here's Roger. Roger's having a heck of a game. He's 2 for 2 with 2 home runs. Can he tie this ball game up, folks? And that is a foul ball, strike 1. And that ball is back. 3 home runs in 1 game. Roger Maris is carrying the Yanks here today, folks. He pulled that 0-1 pitch down the line. What a game by Roger Maris. 3 home runs in 1 game, and still plenty of time. It is tied up 4 apiece. Here's the Mick. And Mick hits that ball down the short. That'll end the inning. But the Yankees tied up on Rogers' 3rd home run of the game. We go to the bottom of the 5th. It's 4 apiece. McBRIDE, Pearson, and Monroe due up here for the Angels. And McBRIDE, he hits that ball into the atmosphere. It's a high pop-up. Gardner's calling everybody off. He makes the catch. 1 out. Brings up Al Pearson now. And that is ball 4. I think that's Whitey's first walk of the game. Could be his second. Yeah, it's his second walk, I believe. Excuse me, now that was his first walk. So you got Pearson down at first. Here's the pitch to Billy. And that ball is hit down the second. Over the short. That'll be the only out they get. They can't turn 2. They get the lead runner. That brings up Wagner now. With a man on at first. He's 1 for 2. And that ball is hit in the right field. Roger moves into the gap, makes the catch. And that's it for the Angels. They strand 1. We go to the top of the 6th, all squared at 4 apiece. You got Scourin, Berra, and Howard due up here for the Yanks. Here's the pitch to Moose. And Moose hits that ball down the short. Easy play. 1 out. Hey, Tim. Brings up Yogi Berra now. Yogi's 1 for 2. Let's see if he can get on base here and make some noise for the Yanks. He sure does. He squares this ball up. And that ball is back. Home run, Yogi Berra. The first RBI of the game that wasn't Roger Maris. And Yogi puts the Yanks out in front. 5-1. Mr. Howard now. He's 0 for 2. And they walk Mr. Howard. McBRIDE all of a sudden having some problems here in the 6th. Brings up Billy Gardner. See if Billy can get a base hit here. He's 0 for 2. Reached on a fielder's choice and flew out to center. And that is a swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 outs now in the 6th. Brings up Whitey. See if he can get a base hit here. Whitey's hitting 152 on the year. And he beats out an infield hit, folks. How about that? Whitey's showing a little bit of speed here. So we got first and second now with 2 outs for Bobby Richardson. Can Bobby come up with a clutch base hit here? Drive Howard in. No, he hits that ball down in the second. It's a high pop-up. Billy's calling for it, and that'll end the inning. The Yankees strand 2, but take the lead on Yogi Berra's home run. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's 5-4 Yankees. You got Blanco, Hunt, and Yost due up here in the bottom of the 6th. Blanco's 1 for 2 with a double. And that ball is hit in the deep center field. Mick's got it, though. 1 out. Yeah, exactly. It's a home run fest. That's what it is, Tim. Here's Ken Hunt. He's 1 for 2 with that 3-run homer. And that ball 4. Whitey didn't want nothing to do with him this time, I guess. Walks Ken. Brings up Ed Yost. Yost also hit a home run. He went back to back. And that ball beats out an infield hit. And all of a sudden now Whitey's got a problem here. He's got first and second. And only 1 out. Yankees looking to turn 2 here. Joe Copey is up. And that ball is hit back to the mound. Whitey's got it, fires over the first, but Hunt and Yost moves up second and third now for Ed Sandusky with 2 outs here. Ed's 0 for 2, and he is 0 for 3 now, folks, because he pops that ball up in the infield. And Tony Kubek's calling everybody off. He's near the mound, so they strand 2. Whitey gets out of that mess. We go to the 7th inning. 5-4 New York. We got Kubek. Maris and Mantle do up here in the 7th inning. Tony's 0 for 3. Can he get off the snide? No, he hits that ball down to Ed Yost. Ed is up with it, fires over to Blanco. 1 out. And here is the man of the day, folks. Roger Maris, 3 for 3 with 3 home runs, 4 RBIs. Can he do a 4 for 4 job? No, he doesn't, but he does get a base hit in center field. And Ken Hunt muffs that ball and lets it get by him. And that's an E8. And Roger's going to get himself down the second on the air. That brings up Mick with Roger in scoring position. Can he give Whitey a little cushion here and get Roger in from second? Mick's 0 for 2 with a walk. And he hits that ball down the third. And Roger will hold at second. So there's 2 outs now. It's up to Moose to get Roger in here. I'm going to take a 2-out base hit now. Here we go for the Moose. Moose is 1 for 3. And he's going to stay 1 for 3 as he hits that ball down the short. Joe's up with it, fires over to first. And they strand Roger at second, folks. We go to the 7th inning stretch. We got the pitcher McBRIDE due up, so we'll have a pitch hitter for him. Pearson and Monroe due up. See who they're going to bring in to pitch hit. Looks like they're going to bring in Rocky Bridges here to pitch hit. Against Whitey Ford here in the 7th. There's Rocky. All righty. Here's the pitch to Bridges. And that is a pop-up in the infield. Tony Kubek's got it all the way. That is 1 out here in the 7th. Brings up Pearson now. Nobody on. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. And that ball is hit down the short. Kubek's up with it. He fires over the first. And that is 2 outs here in the 7th. And here comes Billy. He's 0 for 3. He struck out and grounded out and reached on a fielder's choice. And they walk Billy. Not what you want here with a 1-run lead. Brings up Wagner now. Tying run at first. Go ahead, run at the plate. Here's the pitch to Wagner. And that ball is hit in the left field. Yogi's going back and makes the catch just short of the track, folks. Whitey gets out of the inning. And we go to the top of the 8th. New York Yankees 5, Los Angeles Angels 4. We got Berra, Howard, and Gardner due up here in the 8th. We need a pitcher here for the Angels. See who they're going to bring in here to pitch. You got a lefty and then 2 righties due up. They're going to bring in Moose. Ron Klein's going to come in here to pitch for the Angels. See if he can keep this a 1-run ball game. Here in the 8th. And Yogi's up. He's homered and gave the Yankees the lead, folks. And he blasts that ball into right field for a base hit. Yogi's having a nice game now. He's 3 for 4. See if Howard can keep this hit parade going, folks. Give the Yankees some breathing room. That ball is hit down to third. His only play is going to be over to first. So Yogi will get down to second with 1 out for Billy Gardner. Here's the pitch to Gardner. And that ball is hit down the short. It's a high pop up. And he makes the out. 2 down. Do we pitch it for Whitey here? That is the question. I think we're going to pitch hit for Whitey. Whitey's coming out of the game. See if the Yankees can give some breathing room. And Luis Arroyo will be coming in to pitch the 8th and 9th inning. And it's going to be Johnny Blanchard's coming up here to pitch hit, folks. And here's Johnny. Can he do something here with 2 outs in the top of the 8th? No, he doesn't, folks. That's a swing and a miss, strike 3. Blanchard goes down. And we go to the bottom of the 8th. It's still a 1-run game. Like I say, we'll bring in Luis here to pitch in the 8th and 9th. And he'll be facing Blanco, Hunt, and Yost here in the 8th inning. Here's the pitch to Blanco. And that's strike 1, 0-1 count. And he pops that 0-1 count up behind home plate. Howard throws the mask off near the screen, makes the catch, 1 out. Here's Ken Hunt. Hunt has that 3-run homer. And that is a swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 down here in the 8th. Brings up Eddie Yost. He also homered. And that's 1, 2, 3 straight pitches. That was a Linda Ronstadt moment there. All 3 of them pitches were blue bayous. And we go to the top of the 9th. Yankees holding on to a 1-run lead. Top of the order, Richardson, Kubek, and Maris due up. Here's the pitch to Bobby. Yeah, hold the line is right, Tim. And that ball is hit down to Yost at third. 1 out here in the 9th. Brings up Tony. And Tony squares this ball up against Klein. And he drives that ball into the gap in right field. Hunt comes over and gets it after it rolls up against the wall. Tony's standing down at second for Roger. Let's see if Roger can do it, man. Roger's 4 for 4 with 3 home runs today, folks. He hits that ball in the right field. That's going to be deep enough to get Tony over to third. We got 2 outs now for Mick with Tony down to third. Let's see if the Mick can deliver here. The Mick's 0 for 3 with a walk. He's due, folks. And he's still going to be due because he hits that ball down the short. And Joe's up with it. He fires over to first. And the Yankees strand Kubek down at third. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Yankees holding on to a 5-4 lead. We got the bottom part of the order due up here in the 9th. Kopey, Sandusky, and a pitch hitter for Klein. Here's the pitch to Joe. And that ball is hit in the right field. Roger. There, the line makes the catch, 1 out. Here's Ed. He's 0 for 3. Not anymore, folks. He squares this ball up, and he drives that ball into the gap in right field. It hits off the wall. Mick gets it, fires it in, and a tying run standing down at second. With only 1 out, we'll have a pitch hitter here for Klein. And Dale Rice will come up here to pitch hit. All righty. Here's the pitch from Luis. And that ball is hit down the short. Sandusky will get down the third though on this play. We're going to have 2 outs and a runner on at third for Al Pearson. Here we go, folks. Can Luis get out of this little mess here? 2 down, runner on at third. And that ball is swung on and missed, strike 3. That's the way to end this ball game. The Yankees win a close one. A bunch of home runs by Roger Maris and 1 by the Yode. Let's take a look at the box score here, folks. And the star is definitely going to be Maris hitting 3 home runs. Yep, Maris, 3 home runs on the day. The Yankees, 5 runs on 11 hits and no errors. The Angels, 4 runs on 7 hits and an error. And the big story, like I say, is Roger Maris, 4 for 5, folks, with 3 home runs. Got that batting average up to 255 today. Shoo, what a game. Hey, Nathaniel. Oh, you're welcome, bud. Oh, thank you, Tim. I appreciate it. I thought it was a heck of a game. Then you got the Angels. You had Hunt and Yost going back to back, tying this, well, actually giving them the lead. Hunt hit a 3-run homer, and then Yost gave the Angels a short lived lead. And Maris came up and tied it up, and Yogi hit the home run to put them ahead. All 5 runs by the Yankees scored on home runs, and the same thing with the Angels. All 4 of their runs were scored on home runs. Whitey went 7 innings, gave up 6 hits, 4 runs, walked 3, struck out 4, and like I say, gave up the 2 home runs. Luis came in, pitched 2 innings, 1 hit, struck out 3, and got the save. McBRIDE, 7 innings, 9 hits, 5 runs, walked 2, struck out 1, and gave up all 4 home runs, folks. Klein came in and pitched 2 shutout innings, gave up 2 hits, and struck out 1. But the damage was done, and the Yankees win. There is no American League games besides the Yankees. They was the only American League team to play today. Look at this. They'll pick up a half a game on everybody except for the Angels. They'll pick up a full game on the Angels. The Tigers are now 5 games back. The Baltimore Orioles are 6.5 games back. Chicago White Sox 9 games back. The Minnesota Twins 9.5. Los Angeles Angels are now 13.5 games back. The Red Sox 15. Indians 16.5. Senators 21 games back. And the A's are 24 games back. And Roger Maris now with 30 home runs on the year, folks. How about that? Has 56 RBIs. You got Jim Gentile with 27 home runs, and then you got the 2 other Yankees with 23 apiece, Mickey and Skowron. Yogi's up there with 14, folks. Sure. Got Mick with 64 RBIs, and the Moose is leading the league with 71. Let's see what that did to Whitey's ERA. It went up a little bit. Whitey's now at a 2.61 ERA. He was at like 2.5. But he's leading the league. No, he's not. Jim Bunny's leading the league with 13 wins. Whitey with 11. Luis with his 16th save of the year. Norm Cash is leading the league right now in MVP voting by 1 over Roger Maris. Jim Bunny's got the Cy Young votes right now over Whitey Ford. I love the Mick. Yeah, Nathaniel. The Mick is something. I love hearing those stories with him and Billy Martin and Whitey Ford. You're crazy. Yeah. I want to thank Nathaniel and Tim for stopping in here today, making a ride out to California. If you're new to the channel, folks, hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell so you know what's going on. And on your way out of California, stuck in all that traffic, hit that like button and leave a comment. Till next time, y'all have a great day and take care.